Thank you so much for finding our son and putting these sons of bitches sex traffickers in prison, where they truly belong. However, I am extremely worried about Quincy not getting the necessary help. Are you sure that he needs more time to heal?
He said that he's fine, since he was in a facility over the course of 2 years. However, if he says if he needs more time, then we'll gladly take him in again.
No, that's not necessary. After all, I miss my family dearly, and I think I'm capable of going home after the years of treatment.
Are you sure this is what you want?
I'm positive. I'll go grab my things.
Hey Natalie, why are you standing here for? Anything special?
You haven't heard? You actually had a brother this whole time, and he's coming home after a long battle.
A brother? I doubt it. Isn't that why I don't see him in the family album?
You could say that, however you wouldn't know the full story.
Hey kids, we're home. Viddren, Natalie, I want you to meet Quincy. Natalie, you know your brother, right?
I do. Oh Quincy, how I missed you so much. I'm just glad you're home safe with us.
Natalie, is it? Wow, it's been forever since I last saw you. It's refreshing to see you after all of this time.
Well, I'm glad. Actually, we're all glad that everyone's here. The Ferguson family is officially glued back together.
That is my brother. Is it just me or did you find a homeless teenager and call him my brother just to make him feel better?
Viddren, that's enough. Although I haven't told you the plans, Quincy is gonna be sharing your room from now on.
Oh no you didn't. You didn't just say that. If I dare see a bunk in my room I'm gonna lose it.
Mom, what's Viddren's problem?
I'm guessing he's not used to change. He'll get used to it once he realizes you're his brother. Don't take his words for granted once he talks negative about you. How about you take a shower? I'll go get you some clean clothes.
So get this, my parents brought over some stranger and is telling myself and my sister that this person is my brother. Like, that's not even possible. There's no significant evidence that this person is my brother, because I don't see him in the family album.
That's weird. Have your parents given you an explanation why they brought them in?
Not yet. In the meantime, I'm not gonna bother my time and avoid my so-called brother at all times. It's already bad enough because I have to share my room with him for the rest of my life.
Well, whatever floats your boat. But just remember to always ask questions.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Thanks. My mother is calling me for dinner. See you tomorrow at school.
Not. Like I said, I'm not gonna bother wasting my time to know about this self-proclaimed brother that I quote-unquote have. It's no use trying to talk with him, because he'll just brainwash me like how my own family is.
Please don't doubt yourself, Viddren.
Don't fucking touch me. Uh-oh. Quincy, is it? You didn't hear me, right?
No, it's alright. I didn't hear anything relevant, so you are good. I just wanted to view our room.
You mean, my room? If you're gonna sleep in my room, then you're gonna have to follow some rules of mine. The first rule is to sleep on the couch from now on.
Viddren, I told you to stop talking negatively about your brother.
Jesus Christ. Dad, how long have you been standing there?
It's none of your concern. Anyways, I've made chicken Alfredo for dinner. Now come on, your mother is thrilled to have this nostalgic moment, myself included.
Oh wow. Chicken Alfredo, cola and salad. Thanks Dad and Mom for making this meal.
Your father is majority of the credit. I helped out with the salad and the seasoning. I hope you'll enjoy this meal, since it has been a while since you had a proper meal.
Oh. What an interesting way to say that. So, do you have any Parmesan cheese? I'd like to put some on my pasta.
Of course we do. Hey Viddren, can you bring the Parmesan cheese for your brother?
Absolutely not. If I'm going to slave around and cater this homeless person you call a son and a brother, then all of you are delusional as hell.
Viddren, how many times do we have to tell you this? Stop putting Quincy in a negative light. You should be grateful that you have a brother, let alone that he's healed from the trauma he had.
Your sister is right. Viddren, ever since Quincy came home, you've been acting harsh towards him like he did something wrong.
Oh. So now I'm the bad guy all of a sudden. I don't know what side of the world where you think that this Quincy person is my brother, but there's no physical evidence that this person you call a son or whatever has been in the family. This self-proclaimed brother has been absent throughout my life, and I have not been informed of his bare existence.
Okay, we get it that it was our faults for not letting you know that Quincy is your brother in the first place, but it doesn't give you any reason to be aggressive towards him.
Please stop. I'll tell Viddren the truth about my disappearance if you all just calm down for just a bit.
You shut up. I will not be brainwashed or guilt-tricked by your stories you have at the back of your mind. If you haven't shown up, none of this wouldn't happen, but no. You have to show up all of a sudden and steal the spotlight like some sort of celebrity. And you wanna know something? I've been storing for myself. Even if your faceless proclaimed trauma, my sister said, let's just say, you deserved it. You're nothing but a weak, stupid, poor, sad excuse of a person who is that gullible enough to get through with something that they can get over with.
No one is going to believe your stories once you grow out of it. Because life isn't fair for all of us.
You're full of it. Once all of you monsters get arrested soon, you'll be crying, begging for mercy and perhaps apologizing to the authorities for all of the kids and adults here who have suffered the same fate as me, if I'm correct. I'm done playing this facade. I'm not gonna be treated like trash just for you guys for your own sick pleasure.
You listen here, you pathetic scum. Either you cooperate with what we're giving you the best we can, or we can do this the hard way, and have our interns wipe your family away. So what's it gonna be?
That's right. You better be crying, because I'm right, and you're in the wrong.
Viddren, do you know how many sleepless nights I had to endure because I fear that someone will take advantage of me while I sleep while knowing the fact I was sexually abused? The many days I've been used for pedophiles who wanted to do many horrendous shit to me just for me to be permanently scarred and used up again and again for money I promised. How is the fact that I was raped day in and day out something to get over with, you tell me, Viddren? Oh wait, you probably wouldn't know.
You see.
Save it. You're right, Viddren. If I hadn't come back home, then none of this wouldn't happen, just like you said.
Wait. Quincy, I didn't mean it like that.
I'll just be heading off to your room, Viddren. I'll let you be the judge of that.
Viddren Matthew Ferguson, I've had quite enough of your behavior towards Quincy, and probably your mother and sister. For punishment to your grounding for 2 whole weeks, you'll be apologizing to Quincy for how you acted today. Now get to it, or you'll lose your electronics for the whole month.
But. No, Quincy did. But.
Now, don't make me change my mind.
Quincy, listen. I just want to apologize about what happened back there.
I doubt it. I'm sticking to your word, right? Just like you said, I'm nothing but a sad excuse of a person who deserves the suffering I've dealt with.
I know what I said, but I really mean it when I say I'm sorry. I guess my mindset went serious when you mentioned that you were taken advantage of, and seeing you cry made me feel bad.
Well, I guess I forgive you. And I guess it wouldn't hurt to share a bit of my story if you like.
Well, I guess I'll lend in an ear. So what's up?
I'll tell the best I can, so listen carefully. Where to start? How about a trip down memory lane? You weren't born at the time when this happened. It was around when I was 10 and Natalie was 13 at the time. My mother knew this person by the name of Ronald. He was a childhood friend of my mother surprisingly, and he acted nice towards us. He would give us gifts, He'd play with us when Mom was at work, and even grew a friendship with Dad. Then one day, my father and Ronald brought me along on a boys' night out, in which it was a men's camping trip in which Ronald was planning for the longest. I wasn't sure what he meant at the time, but I went along with it. When I went into the living room of the cabin, there was another girl there. Ronald told me supposedly that this was my far cousin. I didn't believe it at first because at the time I was young, but looking back at it, she was also a victim of what I went through. While me and this girl were in the living room, my father was talking with Ronald and some people. I thought it'll be the last time I saw my dad. Ronald and two other people dragged my dad in the trunk in Ronald's car. One of his friends placed me and the girl in another room because Dad threatened to call the cops, which unfortunately they didn't come.
Hey, I brought your bag. You forgot to bring it with you.
Oh thanks, you didn't have to. Speaking of which, what's your name?
The name? It's Bellamy Parks. I don't know why I was brought here to be honest. What's your story, and even your name?
Oh, it's Quincy Ferguson. I was brought in by Ronald to what I think it was a boys' camping trip. I guess I was wrong.
How unfortunate. I'm sorry that you were tricked into this. Ronald is a piece of trash.
Yeah, he really is.
After a few minutes or so, I was getting along with Bellamy pretty well and decided to keep close friendship a secret for the time being. Until I was moved to another place, where the abuse started. I was upset to leave Bellamy behind, because she comforted when I wasn't at my best. She was a true friend. Ronald told me to pack my things while he and another acquaintance of his was gonna take me to another place where I'll be spending the rest of my time there. I wasn't sure how long I'd be doing these sorts, so in conclusion I was terrified, but scared to show my true colors.
Oh. Quincy. But wait, how'd you get that scar? You never told me how.
Oh? To keep a long story short, one of the sick peers at the facility I was staying got physical and in conclusion cut my cheek with a pocket knife.
Oh my. Was it the deep?
In short, yes. It's a symbol that I survived the hardest thing I've faced throughout my life.
Guys, we need to go look at the news. Come on!
3 years ago, we've arrested Ronald Martin and 60 others of his accomplices in a human trafficking bust. Over 23 victims have been rescued in this bust and have been seeking therapy along with receiving aftercare. We have updates regarding Ronald. To summarize, we received word that he was beaten up senselessly by his prison mates to the point he died. We'll remind you all again that Ronald Martin was arrested alongside his accomplices in a human trafficking bust. We send condolences to the family of Ronald and to all the victims who have to endure the pain that Ronald and his co-workers has inflicted on the human trafficking victims.
Yeah! Take that, Ronald, you piece of scummy shit. That's what you get for sexually exploiting my older brother and for endangering others. Was that too much?
Actually, you're all right. However, it should have been kept on a simple tone, but we all agree.
I agree with your sister. I can say a lot about him. However, I'll keep my sanity at ease and say, karma sure got him good.
Seems like you have a change of heart. I'm proud of you, Viddren.
Thanks everyone. I love you all dearly.
This is fun playing with just a ball. It's simple, but it's the only thing we can do.
Yeah. I hope our friendship never ends.
Bellamy, if we ever drifted apart, would you forgive me?
Nah. Like that's ever gonna happen. And if we do, then I'll never forget you. We're best friends forever.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh. Hey there, do you need anything?
Sorry if I'm bothering you, but are you by any chance Bellamy Parks?
Wait, how did you know my name? Wait. Quincy.